Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Diary of a Day at Home with Boy. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. I like to think that the house doesn't truly wake up when the alarm rings. It wakes up when Boy stretches. Every morning begins with a quiet rustle at the foot of my bed, a small sigh, a gentle thump of a tail, and then the warm weight of Boy's head resting near my hand. His eyes are never in a hurry. They open slowly, like the sun learning how bright it wants to be today. Boy greets the morning as if it is an old friend. He doesn't rush. He doesn't complain. He simply exists, fully and happily, in the moment. When I finally sit up, he wags his tail as though I've just returned from a long journey, even though I was only asleep a moment ago. To Boy, presence matters more than time. We walk into the kitchen together. I make coffee. He sits patiently nearby, watching every movement with serious curiosity. Sometimes he tilts his head when the kettle clicks off, as if the sound carries a secret message only he is trying to decode. I talk to him while I prepare breakfast, telling him small, unimportant things, what I dreamed about, what I might do later, how the weather feels. Boy listens as if every word is essential. After breakfast, sunlight spills across the living room floor. Boy immediately claims his favorite spot, curling up where the light is warmest. He sighs again, deeply satisfied, as though the sun itself arrived just for him. I watch him for a moment and realize how rarely I allow myself to be that content with something so simple. The morning passes gently. I work at my desk while Boy naps nearby, occasionally lifting his head to make sure I'm still there. He doesn't need attention all the time, just reassurance, just togetherness. In that quiet space, between typing and soft breathing, the house feels alive in a calm, steady way. Morning with Boy is not about productivity. It's about beginning the day with kindness, patience, and shared silence. By afternoon, the house takes on a slower rhythm. The light shifts, shadows stretch longer, and the air grows warmer. Boy wakes from his nap with a small yawn that somehow looks dramatic and polite at the same time. He walks over to me, places his paw gently on my leg, and looks up. No barking, no demands, just a quiet question. Is it time for us? We take a short walk outside. Nothing special, just the same street, the same trees, the same familiar smells that Boy never gets tired of rediscovering. He stops often, sniffing the ground with great concentration, as if each scent tells a long story. I used to rush him. Now I wait. Through Boy, I've learned that the world is richer when you move slowly enough to notice it. Back home, we share the afternoon in small ways. I sit on the floor for a bit, and Boy immediately lies down beside me, his body pressed lightly against mine. There is comfort in that contact, a quiet reassurance that neither of us is alone. Sometimes I scratch behind his ears, and he closes his eyes in complete trust. It's a simple gesture, but it carries something profound, a bond built not on words, but on care. Later, while I prepare a light snack, Boy positions himself strategically nearby, not begging, just present. His hope is gentle, his expectations modest. Even when he doesn't get a bite, he remains content. Watching him, I'm reminded of how often humans tie happiness to wanting more. Boy teaches me that happiness can also come from appreciation, from being included, from feeling remembered. As the afternoon fades, we sit by the window together. Cars pass. People walk by. Life continues beyond the glass. Boy watches quietly, occasionally wagging his tail at nothing in particular. In that moment, I understand that companionship doesn't require constant excitement. Sometimes, it's simply sharing time, letting the world pass while staying close. Evening arrives gently, like a deep breath after a long sentence. The house grows quieter, wrapped in softer light and slower sounds. Boy senses this shift before I do. His movements become calmer, his tail wags less energetic but more affectionate, as if the day has settled into something warm and familiar. Dinner is a shared ritual. I eat at the table, Boy eats nearby. We both know the routine, and there is comfort in that predictability. Afterward, we return to the living room. I sit on the couch with a book, and Boy climbs up beside me, curling into the space between my legs and the armrest. He fits perfectly, as though that spot was designed just for him. Sometimes I read aloud. Not because Boy understands the words, but because he understands the tone. My voice, steady and calm, seems to soothe him. His breathing slows, and his eyes grow heavy. I rest my hand on his back, feeling the gentle rise and fall. In that moment, the day feels complete. Before bedtime, we take one last short walk. The air is cooler now, and the world feels quieter. Boy walks close to me, no longer distracted by every scent. It's as if he knows the day is ending and wants to hold on to this final moment together. When we return home, Boy settles into his bed with a small circle and a satisfied sigh. I turn off the lights and glance back at him. His eyes are already closed, his body relaxed, trusting that tomorrow will come and that we will face it together. A day at home with Boy may seem ordinary, but within that ordinariness lies something deeply meaningful. Through simple routines, waking up together, sharing quiet afternoons, ending the day side by side, Boy reminds me that life doesn't need to be loud or complicated to be full. Animals like Boy live entirely in the present. They don't worry about yesterday or rush toward tomorrow. They teach us to slow down, to notice warmth, to value connection over convenience. In today's busy world, it's easy to forget how healing companionship can be. Living with an animal is not just about care and responsibility. It's about mutual growth. We learn patience by waiting. We learn empathy by paying attention. We learn gratitude by recognizing unconditional trust. To apply this to daily life, start small. Spend uninterrupted time with the beings around you, human or animal. Listen more. Rush less. Create routines that feel safe and loving. Treat animals not as possessions, but as partners in life. When we build relationships based on respect and kindness, we create a world where both humans and animals can feel truly at home.